Well, hey guys, what's up? What's going on out there this afternoon? Hey, it's Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com, with another episode of the Tennis Mindset Project. And today we're going to talk about something that's probably making you super tight, snare drum tight. That would be very tight, right? And so we're going to get into that in just a second. And by the way, today's episode is pre-recorded. I've got a dermatology appointment. I go see my guy once every 90 days now. It used to be once every 6 months, but I just feel like, as does he, you know what, we should make this more of a regular occurrence just to make sure. As much time as I spend out in the sun, I want to make sure that if anything's a problem that we catch it ASAP. So that appointment's at 1:30 today. There's a chance I won't get back in time to do our 2:30 show. So anyway, that's the reason for the pre-record today. But normally we are live at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time zone. A little tough love, and today is another example of that. Something that I used to do, and boy, it just really tightened me up, and I might be doing the same for you. So look, before we get into it, just a quick reminder that every morning, what's the right shot? This morning we did episode number 376. Typically live once in a great while. I got to pre-record for some reason, but I'm not available at 8 a.m. Pacific time zone. But look, if you're brand new to what I'm doing with What's the Right Shot in the mornings, it's a video, right? Either a video that I've taken of myself playing a match or someone else. And I'll cherry pick one point, and then right as one of the players is about to play a shot, I pause the video and ask you, the viewer, what do you think's the right shot? And what I love about this arena of instruction is that it gets away from the ad nauseum thing of just over and over in terms of stroke technique, swing tech being the thing that will make you a better player. There's no question that if you got a big hole in your game swing tech wise, we got to shore that up for sure. But in the long run, you got to learn how to quote unquote play the game. And really that's based on two premises. Number one, where do you want the ball to land over there, right? You got a shot choice. Where do you want it to land over there? And then number two, and this is just as important, where do you want to move to next on the court? And a lot of times, where do you want to move to next on the court enhances your shot choice. So every morning, live 8 a.m. Pacific, that's what we do. What's the right shot? So guys, look, today I want to make this brief and short for you. Let you get in, get out quickly today. But you know, your shot choice submenu is making you snare drum tight. And really what that means is, for example, if someone's hit a ball over to your forehand, okay, well, we know the shot choice is number one, it's going to be a forehand. That's obvious. But then this little submenu starts dropping down in terms of shot choice. Well, I could go up the line. I could go back up the middle. I could go cross court. Maybe I'll play a drop shot here, a drop shot there, whatever. Maybe I'm going to roll it. Maybe I'm going to underspin it, whatever it is. There's a big, long submenu of potential shot choices, right? And a lot of this is we go through a shot choice menu because we just don't have clarity as to what our tactical focus is on that day versus that specific opponent. And if you looked at this morning's episode of What's the Right Shot, what I showed you was within 1 point, I basically gave away my playbook, right? And which is, look, unless the guy can prove otherwise that his backhand is a big time weapon, once in a while it is, but typically, I think in all age groups, the forehand's a little bit better. So my thinking is, why would I give an opponent something he wants as opposed to something that maybe at worst case, yeah, maybe the backhand's not horrible, maybe it's good, maybe it's average, right? But so I just like to pin guys over there in that backhand corner. The great Craig O'Shaughnessy nailed it with the backhand cage. I love that description of it. It's basically that quadrant. I'm a right-handed player, and assuming I'm playing another right-handed player, I'm just looking to just kind of litter up the stat sheet with balls landing right around the middle of that quadrant over there in the ad side. And so for me, shot choice is eliminated, right? I get a forehand, I get a backhand, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Could I do other things? I could, but I just feel like if I don't have any kind of choice in terms of shot choice, then I've got clarity about how to execute this thing what's the spacing distance I want away from the path of that incoming ball? What's going to be my contact point? And it just takes away any kind of confusion in my mind when I don't have that sub menu dropping down in terms of potential shot choices. And look, I'm not saying I do it every time. Once in a great while, if I get a backhand and, rather than going cross court, hey, you know what? I might take it up the line, well inside the line, depending on where I am on the court and depending on where my opponent is in the court over there. Those two things are being considered in terms of shot choice. But I'd rather just avoid the guy's strength. If it's the forehand, maybe it's not, but typically it is. So I'm just going to stay away from it. And once in a while, I got to show them that, you know what, tell you what, I got to go over there just to keep you a little bit honest. But the other thing too is what we worked on today in What's the Right Shot was once in a while, I'm going to disguise another slice underspin backhand to that backhand cage and the backhand quadrant over there and play a dropper, right? But again, I'm not going to do it every time just because it's not going to be 1, 2, 3, now comes the dropper. It could be the dropper off the return to serve. It could be the dropper off of whatever. So, but I just want to eliminate as much sub-menu shot choices as possible. And when you do that, the clarity you get in terms of executing whatever shot you want to play just goes way up. And when you've got clarity, you got confidence. And when you get confidence, you can imagine. Good things are going to happen when you get confidence. Nothing out there is a full-blown guarantee. Hey, if you do A, B, and C, that guarantees you're going to win the point. Well, if you could do A, B, C every time, then you'd win 48 points? You'd win 24 points in a row, the golden set, right? Where you don't lose a point, and then you do that for the second set. So that's just not real. That's not real. But clarity in terms of how you want to start the next point will be able to carry over into a minimal shot choice menu during the point. And look, I've just always thought, well, okay, then if I've got a tactical focus, and the tactical focus is to play this ball to a certain quadrant of the court over there, why wouldn't I go with just my first instinct when anytime an opponent hits a ball to me, whatever that is, right? I mean, I've gone through lots of times where I'm going to trust my first instinct, but then I was just all over the map in terms of it got away from my tactical focus, which is a game plan based on that opponent over there, right? So hope this is making sense, right? Hope this is helpful to you today. I want us to all have as little shot choices as possible. And when you do that, the clarity you get, man, it just works in so many areas of your game, confidence-wise, in terms of executing this next shot. But man, it's just really good. So anyway, down below in the commentary, let me know what's on your mind with today's episode of the Tennis Mindset Project. Any comments, any questions, any remarks, let me know. If you want to keep it private, just feel free to shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. And again, if you are brand new to what I'm doing in the mornings, in the afternoons, every day, the afternoons are pretty much mindset training. It's a Mindset Tennis Project. What I've got for you is a free course. And it is really important that you nail this thing. It's the 80-20 reality, which says that 80% of the time we're on the court in a match, whether it's singles, whether it's doubles, on average, 80% of the time is spent not playing points. We're spending that time between points and or on side changes. And if you nail the 80% correctly, you tend to play the 20% of the match, the actual points, consistently a whole lot better. It's a complimentary course. About a 20-minute video course takes you through my hybridized 4 step-by-step BPR, which is between points routine. And once you develop your own, and once you start practicing that thing, and once you bring it out in matches, whether it's against an opponent you're going to beat every time, let's say early rounds of a tournament, or someone that you're 50-50 with, you guys play 10 times, you don't know who's going to win, right? But you know it's going to be about 50-50, 5 for you, 5 for them. Once you start nailing this 4 step-by-step between points routine, I'm telling you that winning percentage is going to start to increase. and start to be more in your favor, 50-50 to 60-40, and that's when you start to move up the ladder, the skill level ladder, and become a better player. You can get that course for free. It's over at WebTennis.com. Just drop in the first name and email address over there, and you will be all set to go. Guys, hope this has been helpful today. As always, it's now time. We got to get out there. We got to help someone else have a spectacular day, guys. See you again next